Gorgeous? Does that funk have you feeling stuck? Have you questioning your purpose, or even yet having you asking if your best years are behind you? Girl, you have zero obligation to stay in that funk. This podcast is for women who want to get the funk out of here, who want to play bigger, ask for more, and step out of mediocrity. Imagine a life filled with lots of energy, excitement, and filled with spunk instead of that funk. This is the Unfunk Your Mind podcast. I'm your host, Crystal. Let's go!
Hey there, sister. The beginning of this new year has been quite a challenge for me. I've been feeling rough. The cold, flu, sinus. But the good news is that I finally believe I'm on the upward swing and on the road to recovery. I'm not 100%, but I'm progressing, so that's great news for me. Anyways, it's incredible how our bodies work, isn't it? It's such an amazing thing that our bodies have this incredible ability to heal itself. I find it truly fascinating. Even when we take medicine, it's the body doing the heavy lifting, interacting with the medicine to heal or eliminate what's not needed. I don't know about you, but being under the weather always makes me appreciate the superpowers of my body, even more than I did the day before. Let's give a cheers to our remarkable bodies. Woohoo! When I first started feeling bad, though, I tried all the things to make feeling sick go away. I went for walks outside to take big inhales of fresh air into my lungs. I searched the internet to try and find some home remedies. Of course, I tried some of those. I took some over-the-counter things, took friends' advice, tried some of the things that worked for them. And as a last resort, I went to the doctor to get a prescription. Yep, tried that too. Guess what option worked out the best? Nada. Zilch. My body was like, nope, not this time, girl. Nothing, absolutely nothing did the trick. Turns out my body just needed its own VIP treatment for me to step aside and give it time and space to do its fabulous thing. But here's the plot twist. Those attempts to control the situation or make myself feel better might have been doing more harm than good. Sometimes when I get mad at my kids or they've done something that I do not approve of, they get this death stare that lets them know I'm not happy with their behavior. It's the death stare that lets them know they will not like what comes next if they keep it up. This is what I imagined my body was doing to me as I was trying all these remedies and medicines. If my body had a voice, though, it would have very sternly said, "The stuff you're doing is making things worse. You are making me work twice as hard, girl. Step aside and let me do my thing." Ultimately, though, my body's silent protest forced me to take a step back and evaluate my approach. All right, let's chalk this up to another life lesson. Sometimes it smacks me right in the face. Oftentimes I wonder why I wait for the stinging sensation before my light bulb turns on in my head. Of course, there's a rhythm to everything. And it was high time to sidestep and let natural processes unfold. I'm willing to bet this resonates with many of you. We're all out here making moves towards the woman we aspire to become, but how often do we forget to create the space, to step aside, to give our actions time to sync up with our desired results, to let our actions do their thing? Imagine your actions are like scattered Jenga pieces, tossed around without direction or purpose. It's as if you're attempting to build a tower, but the pieces are haphazardly tossed around. Or a better picture, you're taking all kinds of action, but all your actions just resembled scattered Jenga pieces all over your floor. Some are stacked, some are hanging out solo, some blocks are being eaten by the dog. What is often overlooked is the incredible power that emerges from deliberately stepping aside and letting your actions, which are perfectly aligned with your values, priorities, and overall life goals, cascade into place like a carefully orchestrated Jenga tower finding its balance, one piece at a time. Stepping aside and allowing your actions to seamlessly align with your desired outcomes is like stepping aside and inspecting your Jenga tower. Checking out your tower to ensure you're not unintentionally jeopardizing it with all your actions. Similar to what I was doing with my own body by dumping all that medicine in it and not just stepping aside and letting it do its own thing. It's about confirming that every action is a purposefully placed block, contributing to the sturdy construction of your tower rather than inadvertently sabotaging it. So step aside and let your actions stack up. Let the results follow so you can see what you're working with. Stepping aside to inspect not only lets the process unfold, not only confirms the stability of your tower, but also provides valuable insights for the strategic placement of your next blocks in the Jenga game. Or, instead of the Jenga game, in the next moves towards the woman you're aspiring to be. It's in this moment of stepping aside that you allow the process to unfold and serve as a guide for your next actions. When you take action, it's vital to ensure that those actions are constructive, with each piece adding to the robust structure of the powerful woman you're crafting, rather than being the cause of your tower's instability. You want each block to be a part of the growth you're aiming for and not impeding it. You want to be a strong and confident tower, not a leaning tower. Each action should seamlessly integrate into the evolving structure, propelling you towards the woman you aspire to be. Now here's the powerful part. By stepping aside, you get to witness every move and how it builds upon the previous one, reinforcing the strength and stability in your evolving structure. But it's not just about your efforts. It's also about allowing a higher power to work alongside you. It's about giving space for God to step in, letting divine intervention complement the work you've already done. It's a harmonious collaboration where your actions align with the higher purpose, creating a resilient and empowered foundation for the woman you're becoming. Despite all the good intentions, like me trying to make myself feel better, our actions may not be all that is required. Matter of fact, in the moment, it's possible that our actions are not required at all. Sometimes less intervention will create greater results. Haven't you ever witnessed less is more? Like, I'm guessing I had just let my body do its thing and not throw all the things in the kitchen sink at it, I would have been in a much better place. If not in my health, at least in my pocketbook. Seriously, the price of over-the-counter meds is no joke. Anyway, that's for another day. Okay, since we're talking about Jenga, I've come up with a fun activity. Grab a game of Jenga or make your own with something cheaper. Now, on a piece of paper, write down your top 3 personal values, your top 3 priorities, your top 3 goals, or your just overall purpose. Grab a Jenga block and write down one of your values you just wrote down. Grab a different block and write down the other value. Then grab another block and write down the third value. And then move on to your priorities. Write on one block one of your priorities, grab another one, write down the second priority, and so forth, until you run out of blocks. So basically, every Jenga piece should have something written on the bottom of it. It should be either a goal, a value, or a priority on one of those blocks from your list. Throughout the year, as you're taking actions, and you step aside throughout the year and witness one of these values or priorities or goals, grab a block and start stacking the one with the word on it. Keep doing this and watch yourself build a tower by the end of the year, if not sooner. And how amazing. What you've built is based on your values, your priorities, and your goals. As we bring this episode to a close, envision this moment as the perfect opportunity to embark on the construction of your tower. A process of shaping the woman you're actively becoming. Picture your journey as a purposeful march. Each step a deliberate action aligned with your values, priorities, and goals, like placing a Jenga piece. With each intentional move, you gradually construct a tower that exudes strength, sturdiness, and confidence. Yet within this march, amidst the building of your tower, there's a crucial aspect to remember. Don't overlook the importance of stepping aside. Just as my body took over and healed itself despite my attempts to hasten the process with medicine, there's immense power in allowing the natural process to unfold. Step aside, let your actions catch up, and allow the intricacies of your journey to fall into place. It's not just about marching forward, taking the action. It's about finding the balance between purposeful action and wisdom of stepping aside, ensuring that your tower not only stands tall, but does so with the grace that comes from the harmonious dance of deliberate moves, divine intervention, and just allowing the natural rhythms to play out. Okay, ladies, it's time to build your tower. Let's go. This podcast is meant for motivational and inspirational purposes only. Before you go, Superwoman, I'd love it if you took a little action for me. Like subscribe to my podcast and leave a review. Also, share the episode with a friend. And as a thank you, hit up my website, unfunkyourmind.com. That's right, unfunkyourmind.com to grab free journal prompts. Okay, ladies, now is the time to go unfunk your mind. Play bigger and ask for more. Open the door to possibility and cancel playing small. So get up and go.